Welcome to the Yoga with Denise series. I'm Denise, a yoga teacher that resides here in New York City. The Yoga with Denise series of short videos was created to inform the general community with information about the importance of a personal yoga practice. Today we're going to focus on men's yoga practice. 2,000 or 3,000 years ago, when they first started yoga, yoga was actually created for men because the only people who practiced yoga were high priests and monks of that nature. And the reason they practiced what we call yoga, the asana, was to get the body out of the way so they could sit for many hours on end and come into meditation. As thousands of years developed, more people were invited into the practice. So now everybody practices yoga, and yoga is not just the postures, but it's also the breathing, the meditation. We talk to various individuals to get their perspective about questions that they may have about yoga, and hopefully your questions will be answered also. For your everyday functioning, we're all New Yorkers here, we're in the park, but how do you get through your day and how does yoga serve you?
It helps me relax. So like if I'm in a stressful situation, what I learn in yoga somehow just kicks in and I'm able to get through it.
It helps me really be focused and relaxed. And oftentimes, you know, in the New York City subway system, you walk in and it's really crowded. I think that's where I really practice breathing exercises. So it's very practical for me.
3 years ago, I started practicing on a regular basis, about 4 to 5 times a week. I remember a teacher once telling me that in order to see change, you have to be willing to get uncomfortable on a mat. And I try to apply that in my everyday life as far as lessons.
And exhale, relax the shoulders, keep the neck long, inhale.
I'm a 60-year-old man, and I do this for strength and for conditioning, and I feel great. And I work a 60-hour week standard, and it's in a high-stress environment, and there's nothing like coming to yoga twice a week.
Everyone can benefit from a low-stress life, better breathing habits, better sense of focus. The ultimate goal of yoga is inner peace. So all of these yoga poses and stretches and breathing techniques, meditation, they're all created to bring the body into balance and to relax the mind. One of the great things about yoga for men, especially professional men in New York City, is that their mind is on and operating like 24 hours a day, thinking, the pressure, the competition. So yoga allows professional men in New York to step out of that environment. They find a peaceful place where they can go in the breath and in the body, and then they can rely upon that to balance them out with the stresses of everyday professionalism in New York. So yoga is only 1% of the actual work that you do in class on your mat. 99% of it is how you use that in your life. Just talk a little bit about people having expectations that you have to be really good at a pose, and how do you deal with that to get through the class?
Sure, so I think it's completely a myth that you have to be flexible to do yoga. Actually, starting to do yoga made me more flexible. And what I found out coming into class, it really was helpful to have a little bit of strength to stay in asanas a little bit longer.
I was pretty tight, my body, my muscles, and it kind of opened me up. And I remember particularly in my spine when I first started practicing regularly how when I would lay down at night, I really felt the difference in how my back felt.
What I love about it is that it's not competitive. I don't have to compare myself to the person on the mat next to me or behind me or in front of me. It's just where I am today. Some days I feel stronger, some days I feel more stable.
Well, one thing that yoga has done for me is really develop my core, and I've gotten much stronger after doing yoga for a year.
On your mat.
I stand up straight. I used to have considerable lower back problems. I walk better, I sleep better, it's just overall better.
Beginning with focusing on preventive health care, then moving into the breath, and finally taking a look at men in yoga, Yoga with Denise will soon be releasing mobile download yoga classes for all levels. Watch for these popular classes to come your way. Yoga with Denise is presented by New Moves Inc., a 501c3 not-for-profit arts organization.